That long hair you've kept all these years, the one your daughter keeps hinting you should cut off, is not what's aging you. But the way you're wearing it tonight might be taking 6 years off your face, or putting 6 years on it. Same length, same hair, same you. I'm Rosalind Gray. Here's the honest part, and I want you to hold on to it. If you've ever walked out of a salon looking 10 years older, that was never your fault. Nobody ever taught you what to actually ask for. I spent 35 years behind the chair, and I watched women guess wrong in both directions every single week. So tonight I'm going to teach you to see it for yourself in your own mirror before anyone picks up the scissors. 5 styles. We count down. Number 1 is the one most of you are wearing right now. Number 5, the tight pulled back ponytail or bun. You know the one, hair scraped back off the face, twisted up, secured tight so it holds all day, and you don't have to think about it again. Women reach for it because it looks tidy, it keeps the hair off your neck, and honestly, it's the fastest thing you can do on a morning when your arms ache. Here's the hidden truth. And this is the one place I'm going to be blunt with you, because it isn't about looks, it's about damage you can't undo. The American Academy of Dermatology names tight ponytails, buns, updos, braids, weaves, even the constant rub of a hat or a headscarf as the cause of a condition called traction alopecia. That's hair loss from pulling. And here's their own line about it, which I want you to remember: keep braids and looks short, because longer hair is heavier and pulls more. So when your hair is long and you're yanking it into the same tight knot every day, the weight is working against you at the root all day long. Now the honest part, underneath the honest part, you'll hear people say the weight of long hair pulls your hair out on its own. That isn't true. The hair shaft is dead tissue. Its weight doesn't strain the follicle. Length is not the problem. Tension is. And the AAD is clear about the deadline on this one. Traction alopecia can be reversed if you catch it early, but if you don't step in soon enough, that hair loss may be permanent. A woman who's worn the same tight ponytail for 30 years may already be past that line. I had a woman in my chair in her 70s who'd worn the same high knot since she was a young mother. She never once thought of it as a hairstyle. It was just how she got out the door. When I parted her hair at the front, that hairline had crept back a good half-inch, and she went very quiet because she'd been blaming her age for it. Do this now. Put your hair up the way you actually wear it, then press your fingertips gently along your hairline at the front and the temples. Do you feel a pinch, a sting, a little pull? The AED's own test is exactly that plain. If your hairstyle feels painful, the style is too tight. Now look for broken short hair standing up along the front or little crusts on the scalp. That's the warning sign, and it's not your imagination. The fix isn't cutting your hair off. Wear it down more days than up. When you do put it up, put it lower at the nape, not the crown, and looser with a fabric-covered band, and move where you place it so you're not pulling the same hairs every day. And if you're getting extensions, say this to your stylist: nothing that pulls and nothing heavier than my own hair can carry. That's the root. But number 4 is happening at the other end of your hair, the last 2 inches, and it's the reason long hair gets called aging in the first place. Number 4, long hair worn all the way down to old, worn-out ends. Picture it: length past the shoulders and the last 2 or 3 inches thinner than the rest, a little dry, a little pale, ends that separate into wisps instead of sitting as one edge. Women keep it because cutting feels like losing ground, and because from the front in the mirror, you mostly see the top, which still looks fine. Here's the mechanism, and it's arithmetic, not opinion. Hair grows about 1/3 of a millimeter a day. That's roughly a centimeter a month, about 6 inches a year. So the tip of a 24-centimeter hair is around 2 years old, and it has been through 700 washes plus every blow dry and every brush out in between. Put hair under a scanning electron microscope, and you see the pattern plainly. The cuticle is intact near the scalp, partly worn away mid-shaft, and often gone entirely at the tips. Longer hair, taking those insults over and over, shows more severe weathering. That's not a beauty claim. That's the fiber giving out. And this is where it costs you years. In Bernhard Fink's study, faces shown with the same hair at 40% of its original density were judged about 6 years older than the same hair at full density. 6 years. Not from length, from how much hair the eye sees. Worn out ends read as thin hair because at the ends, that's exactly what they are. I cut 2 inches off a woman's hair once. 2 inches, nothing else, no color, no layers, and her husband asked her that evening if she'd had something done to her face. Do this now. Take a section from underneath, hold it up to the light, and slide 2 fingers down it from scalp to tip. Feel where it goes from smooth to rough, and watch where the bundle stops looking like one solid ribbon and starts looking like separate threads. That fraying point is your real length. Everything past it is costing you. The words to say: take it back to where my hair is still strong, keep the length below my collarbone, and cut a clean edge. I'd rather lose 2 inches than keep 4 that look thin. That's your ends. Now, before we get into the top 3, there's something I want to hand you Those are the tells. And for years, I couldn't get women out of my chair without them asking me to write it down. Which cut for my face? What do I do about fine hair? And what exact words stop her from giving me the granny cut again? So I finally wrote it all down. It's called the Ageless Hair Handbook, and it has every style in this video and a good many more, matched to your face shape and your hair type, with the sentence to hand your stylist written out for you, in one guide that lives on your phone, so it's with you in the chair. So you can read your own head before somebody holding scissors reads it for you. Now, getting it depends on where you're watching me. If I'm on your television right now, there's a small square code up in the corner of your screen. Point your phone camera at it and it'll open straight up. If you're on your phone or your tablet, it's the very first link underneath this video. If you'd rather not hunt for either, just go to RosalindGray.com. That's RosalindGray.com. My name, no spaces. Right, back to the countdown. Number 3, long hair kept curly, wavy, or left unsmooth. This is the one nobody warns you about, and I want the curly and wavy women listening closely because you get ignored in every video like this. One, picture long hair with a wave through it that isn't a set pattern, a bit of frizz at the crown, the wave going one direction on one side and another on the other. No clear line anywhere. Here's the truth, and it comes with a number. In that same Fink study, straight aligned hair was judged about 5 years younger than wavy hair. In a second experiment, the wavy version came out roughly 2 years older. And the same research found something that surprised even the people who ran it. Hairstyle had a stronger effect on perceived age than hair color did. Style beat color. So all those years you spent worrying about the gray, the alignment of your hair was doing more work than the color ever was. Then in 2025, a much bigger study, 3,500 women judging, found the most youthful looking combination was high shine, straight alignment, and this is the one that will annoy your stylist. Low volume, not piled up volume, low. And here's my honest correction because I won't sell you something crooked. Those studies used wigs, not real aging heads, and the researchers worked for a hair products company. So take it as a strong signal, not gospel. And low volume does not mean thin. Density, how much hair you actually have, still reads as youth. It's puffiness and frizz that don't. I'm going to be straight with you the way I was with every woman in my chair. I am not telling you to iron your curls out. A woman came to me at 68 having flat ironed her waves every morning for a decade, and her hair was snapping mid-shaft. Consumer irons run from 150 to 190 degrees, and 190 is about the compromise point. Go past 200 and you're damaging keratin outright, and thermally stressed hair measurably breaks more when you comb it. So no, the goal is one direction and some shine, not straight. Do this now. Stand sideways to the mirror, look at your reflection with your eyes half closed so the detail blurs, and see whether your hair reads as one shape or as fuzz. Then look at your two sides. Are they going the same way? Ask for this, cut it so my wave falls in one direction, take the frizz down without taking my body out, and give me something that lets it dry smooth on its own. That's your texture. Number 2 is about a single line, a line most of you had drawn on your head the last time you sat in a salon. Number 2, long hair with one hard blunt line straight across the bottom. The single cut, all one length, and edged like a ruler at the collarbone or below. Women ask for it because it looks strong and because it looks like more hair. Your stylist likes it because a blunt line is the cleanest way to make thinning hair look thick from the back. And she isn't wrong from the back. The problem is your face is at the front. A hard horizontal line pulls the eye straight across. And where it crosses matters. When it lands low and heavy on the chest, the whole shape of you reads as a rectangle from the shoulders up, with no lift anywhere near your jaw. Everything soft in your face has to compete with the straight edge sitting right below it. And there's a real reason this cut got so popular in our generation, which I'll be honest about. Around 40% of women show some sign of hair loss by 50, and fewer than 45% of women reach 80 with a full head of hair. Mid-frontal thinning affects 57% of women, 80 and over. So blunt and heavy is how a lot of us have been hiding something real for 20 years. That's a smart instinct. It's just a blunt instrument. A woman sat in my chair after her granddaughter's wedding photos came back, and she said, "I look like a door in every one of them." Not her face, the shape. Do this now. Face the mirror and lay 2 fingers flat under your jaw along the bone. Where does the front of your hair end compared with your fingers? If your only edge is way down past them with nothing shorter anywhere near your face, that line is doing nothing for you. Then turn your head slowly to one side. Does anything move at the front, or does the whole thing swing as one slab? The sentence to say, keep my length but break the front. Soft pieces starting at my cheekbone. Nothing shorter than my chin, and leave the ends underneath thick. That's the line. Now number 1, which is the one I promised you at the start, and it isn't a cut at all. Number 1, long hair that you've stopped judging by its condition and started judging by your age. This is what nearly every woman over 60 is wearing right now, and I mean the belief more than the hair. The quiet assumption that at some point the length itself became the problem, so you either chop it off in defeat or hang on to it in defiance. Both of those are decisions about a birthday, not about your hair. So let me hand you the actual evidence from people with no salon chair to fill. Dr. Payal Patel, a dermatologist, says one of the biggest myths about aging and hair is that women reach a certain age and should automatically cut it short, and that there's no biological reason why long hair suddenly becomes inappropriate after 50. Dr. Nicola Conlon, a molecular biologist, puts it this way. From a biological perspective, hair doesn't suddenly become unsuitable at a certain age. What matters is its health and condition. And a working stylist, Anthony Bayer, says the thing your salon won't. Shorter hair does not universally suit all face shapes or textures, and in some cases can create a more aged appearance. Sandy Larkin says it's shortest of all. Age is never the deciding factor. Hair health is. Now, the numbers you've probably had quoted at you. Somebody will tell you a University of Michigan study found a chin-length bob makes you look 2.4 years younger. I looked for that study. There is no journal, no author, no year. It lives on salon blogs and nowhere else. Same with women look 4 years younger with short hair. And the one you'll hear most, long hair drags your face down. There is no research behind a gravity effect on your face. None. What is actually measured is density and alignment. 6 years for density, 2 to 5 for alignment, and neither of those has anything to do with how long your hair is. Andy McDowell was 63 at Cannes in July 2021, and her own management team tried to talk her out of arriving with her salt and pepper curls. Untouched, she said she thought they were wrong and that she'd be more powerful embracing where she was. She walked the premiere as what she called a silver fox. Do this now, and this is the test that matters most. Go to the mirror and don't look at your length at all. Cover it with your hand if you have to. Look only at 3 things. Does the hair shine when the light hits it? Does it fall one way? And is the last inch as strong as the rest? If those 3 are good, your long hair is not aging you and you can stop apologizing for it. If one of them is failing, that's your appointment, not a chop. The words to say, and you could say them exactly like this. I'm not cutting it short because of my age. Tell me what my hair's condition needs. So before you sit down in that chair and say just the usual, do one thing. Stand at the mirror and run the jaw test, then slide your fingers down to your ends and find where the fraying starts. With hair after 60, it's the condition and the line that set your age, never the length and never how tidy it looks to a stranger. In 35 years, I watched too many women hand over the best hair they'd ever have because of a rule nobody could tell them the reason for. If this was useful, tap the like button. There's a woman about to be talked into a chop she doesn't need. And that's how she finds this. Subscribe, because next I'm doing the great question properly, what the research actually says about going silver versus coloring, including why the old 50-50-50 rule turns out to be wrong. And tell me below, what's the last cut that made you feel old and who talked you into it? I read every single one. Number 1 is on your head right now. Go to the mirror, check the shine, the direction, and that last inch before somebody with scissors checks it for you.